These are the people who did not give up.
Wake up every morning to a new day, new beginning. Just keep going.
Even when they lost nearly everything.
That's when you know, okay, it can't get any worse.
Or had nothing to begin with.
Why am I living somebody else's dream and not fulfilling my own?
They had a purpose, an idea, and they found a way.
You have to be willing to put it all out there.
Since 2018, we've told you their stories on TV. Now it's time to break out of the box. A new set of entrepreneurs.
My dream has always been to own different businesses.
New challenges to overcome.
Business is business, but first thing, our mission is to save lives.
But this time, we start at the beginning.
I'm not going to go just work in an office and go 9 to 5 every day and show up and do the work I need to do. It's like, this is all just purely mine.
Their stories, their risks.
I think it's a pretty huge chance, but it's worth it for the greater good.
And their success in real time. This is Southwest Florida Reinvented, moving forward.
The passion behind it and the drive behind it, there's so much of a need for mental health resources. And now with COVID going on, I really feel that everybody needs a sense of grounding. It doesn't matter where you're at in life, it'll be a place to come and just try to build a community and calm everybody's nerves.
Well, new this hour, if you're headed to Tampa this weekend for the Super Bowl, make sure you wear a mask. Hey everybody, thank you for streaming the second episode. This is kind of a behind the scenes look at how I spend my day. The first part is anchoring Fox 4 Morning News, and then I head into the newsroom. And this is where I work on Southwest Florida Reinvented, moving forward. Today I'm going to introduce you to a woman who's about to open her own yoga studio in Fort Myers. And the story about how she got to this point is pretty incredible. I'll tell you all about that in March when she opens her studio. Today though, I'm going to have a conversation with her about what she's doing now to get ready.
So this is going to be the easier of the two. So basically all I want you to do is kind of introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Smith. I'm the owner of the new Vibe Yoga Studio in Fort Myers.
And at this point at least, Vibe is very much a work in progress. Some of that work is a lot of fun.
Choosing the flooring, deciding what's going to match. So exciting. We've gone with that one.
But some of the other work is just work.
We're going through the Department of Agriculture that, for instance, we have to change the amount of tons of air going into a $10,000 change that has to be done to have a more circulation inside the studio because we're a health studio. And because of the number of people, even though, it's only a 900 square foot studio, but with new codes, we had to add a second ADA bathroom, a second mop sink, a separate closet, it's taken a lot of space away. So instead of being able to have 40 people in there, we'll be able to have 20 people in there. I'm definitely part of the process of filling out all of our permits and forms and everything, but I think it's more exciting than stressful.
Good.
It's a lot.
And you have to remember to breathe, I guess, right?
Not with 4 kids. No.
So you're doing all of this with 4 kids?
I actually have a 7-week-old baby.
Wow.
And 2 teens and a toddler.
So when they say timing is everything, you just throw that out the window. You don't believe in that?
Well, my husband is actually due to deploy for an entire year within the next month or so. So I'm really trying to get done the heavy lifting before he leaves. And that way things will run a little smoother when he's not here.
So Lindsay, what is Vibe Yoga?
Vibe Yoga is a yoga studio that we're opening in Fort Myers that will be yoga for everybody and every body. So it doesn't matter of your yoga abilities or stretchiness or flexibility or your physical fitness or the shape that you're in, or even if you have any adaptations or any missing limbs. It doesn't matter. And we don't by any means claim to heal anybody, but we definitely provide some techniques to help you deal with what you have going on.
Is one of your challenges getting people to come in? I mean, it seems like you're reaching out to people who don't normally practice yoga.
We're actually reaching out to people that currently practice yoga because we've had so many studios shut down since COVID. The reason why I am starting one is the studios that I used to teach at had closed down, unfortunately. So we really need one. I know a lot of the students that I used to teach to they don't have anywhere to go. And I think that our family's fortunate enough to be in the position to put ourselves out there emotionally, financially, and help the community, that it was a no-brainer. But we'll also be working with different mental health nonprofits and different doctors and schools and fitness facilities and the VA, and just really getting it out there. We'll be offering free classes for first responders as well, because it's very traumatic with what they're dealing with COVID. So just lots of marketing.
Right. Well, you mentioned putting yourself out there and taking the risk, especially right now with everything going on. How much of a risk is it? How much of this do you consider as being a chance that you're taking?
I think it's a pretty huge chance. It's definitely a lot of money, and it's a lot of trust, especially on my husband's part. He is constantly either deployed or at home, and it's taking a lot away from even my family, but it's worth it for the greater good.
Give us the rundown. You've got your own space, right? Or did you rent, or you're buying a space?
We bought it. We closed on December 20th.
Okay, now that was a risk in itself, right? Why did you buy as opposed to rent a space?
Right now, renting a space, we were looking at basically buying it. We would have had it paid off in 3 years with the amount that leases are for that type of space these days. And I really wanted it in one specific area so we can just reach out to more people. And there's very limited space.
So what's the plan now? When is the open date?
We're hoping for March 15th, but that is all going to depend on when our permits get approved. We're still waiting for a demolition permit, and that was put in last week, and we hope that it'll be approved sometime this week. Demolition is only going to take 4 to 5 days, and then we are waiting for the actual build-out permit as well.
We will check back in with Lindsay soon to see how everything's going. Things change quickly when you're running a new business.
In the center of this area, right a little bit past the wall back here, it will be like kettlebells and a big machine that basically everybody has, the elastic ropes and all that type of stuff.
This is Tony Brown from episode 1. His Blitz 45 gym in North Fort Myers looks a lot different a week later. The carpet is down and some of the equipment he was waiting for came in. But he's had to push his open date back a couple of weeks into mid-February because of the delays that really were out of his control.
It's basically going to getting the licensing and getting the the correct permits and things like that just to open up a gym. It's a lot of applications to fill out, especially during this whole pandemic situation. You can't just go into a lot of the different offices now and actually physically speak to somebody. So it was a lot of phone calls, a lot of filling out a lot of applications online and things like that.
On top of, I guess, getting the space ready.
Yes. Well, well, due to the whole pandemic as well, just getting the flooring, it was a small little halt to get that, and then hopefully within this week we'll receive the equipment. But just trying to get everything situated, it's been a little rough.
Tony says he's about 90% ready to go right now.
And we'll get an update on how both Tony and Lindsay are doing in the next couple of weeks. Next Thursday, though, we have a story about a man who got the idea for his business when he died. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at chris.shaw@fox4now.com. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching Southwest Florida Reinvented, moving forward.